Hi. It's been a while since I've recorded a video, but I thought that maybe I should I don't know, I thought it would be like a cool thing to try again because I found one of my, I don't know what these are called, but they have like lots of space on them, portable drives? Portable, like these things. I found one of these, and that means I have enough space to put all of these videos, because I stopped for a bit actually because I had to back up all the other videos like that I've ever made, because I save every one, and I've been making videos since I got this Mac. So it was like years worth of videos that I had to back up. Those are all backed up now, but it took me a while since the last video to back up all the shit. So now my Mac is wiped clean. I don't even know where these videos will go. If it makes it anywhere, oh my god, turn it off. But anyway, let's start telling the time in these videos. So today is the 23rd of May. It's a Thursday, 2024. It's Thursday and it's 1 a.m. So let me just update you. I think the last video I took was from, I would say like just after, I did make some videos this year, but most of them were just kind of like, oh, hi, okay, bye. This is not one of those videos. I'm gonna catch you up on everything that's happened and what's been on my mind lately, because I don't know, I think I've been in my peace era. I don't know, like, it's just so different, you know? I'm like not, I've been thinking, my mind has become different. Like I think I've like grown, and I've noticed, and it's like, it's nice to be able to be confident enough to actually, you know, to actually congratulate myself on an important, you know, an important thing, you know, an accomplishment, like being proud of my own accomplishments, you know. And I used to get prizes at prize giving. I used to be quite smart. I used to be a nerd, you know. Unsurprising, you know, I was like the nerdy big girl, but I feel like I was spared from a lot of like bullying, to be honest. Like I was, after a certain point, like after a certain age, I think, and when I became known to a certain extent, that's when the bullying stopped. It turned into, oh, Annalyn, it's Annalyn, it's Annalyn. Everyone knew who I was, and I'd never really noticed at the time because I was too absorbed in my own perception. I was a depressed little girl, okay? She gave herself a hard time for no reason, you know. She blamed herself, and I'm speaking about past me, and not in past tense, because I'm not the same person. She's Miss Annalyn when she was little fetus, you know. Yeah, she was quite naive, and I don't know, I'm not trying to say that I'm definitely smarter than her, but I'm not saying that I'm smarter than anybody, you know. I have my stupid moments, I have my delusional moments, okay? Honestly, I've been so delusional lately. It's crazy, but luckily it's not. It's just all fictional. Sebastian from Stardew Valley. But yeah, actually, that's another thing, but we'll get to that. So what's been happening with me? So honestly, I'm still trying to find a job. I've sent my CV to, like, I've been looking at jobs on TradeMe, Indeed, Seek, the student job search. I was going to use the government one. I live in New Zealand, by the way. Oh my goodness. This one, I don't know why I'm explaining where, like, details as if, I don't know. I have been trying to find a job, but to no luck so far. I have an appointment on Friday, tomorrow, but it's 1 a.m, so it's like, yeah. And it's in the afternoon. What else? Jeremiah and Mercedes came over last week, and Jeremiah got super duper drunk. That bottle, you can see it in the background right there, that is a bottle of London gin that Jeremiah bought to my house after work. This guy, he works night shift, right? He's actually just finishing work now, and it's 1 a.m. But he starts work at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 p.m. And he's supposed to finish at 12, but he always finishes late, so he finishes at like 1 a.m. But this dude, despite the hours, he went back home after work, right? He got that bottle and then Ubered to my house at 2 a.m. to drink and pass out on my floor. But it was fun, you know, love him to death. Also, Mercedes, she's doing good. She's been updating me about her new boyfriend. I think he's fine, you know? I don't know. It's not really my business. She's old enough to figure that out at this point. I'm just here for when she needs someone to talk to, but I don't really, delve much into most of the information that you should probably know about your best friend's boyfriend. I kind of forget to ask about, because why did it take me 6 months into the relationship to know what his name was? For 6 months that my best friend had been in a relationship, I had failed to ask, hey, by the way, what's his name? I just said, oh, your boyfriend. Who the fuck? Anyways, I do care about my friends, okay? I'm just saying that sometimes I fail. Like, I was there when she was crying over his anger issues, okay? Right? But I was still referring to him as your boyfriend because I had forgotten. Listen, I'm just dumb sometimes, okay? The attempt is there. But she knows that I love her to death. Nothing really has to be said there. So they both came over, and it had been a year since we had all met as a trio. I had been, you know, going out with Jeremiah, and going out with Mercedes, and like, we just never got to meet up all three because of Jeremiah's schedule and Mercedes being so far away, and also having no reliable transport because Jeremiah has jobs, so he can just Uber to me, which, yeah, anyway. So, what has been happening currently? I've been working on loving myself, really, like being more gentle with myself, because, you know, my whole life I've been hard on myself for no reason. The expectations that hurt me the most were my own, and I set impossible expectations for myself, and I knew that they were not realistic, and yet I still set myself to them, even though I know my own capacity. And, you know, I kind of was like, hey, I think I need to like humble myself a little bit, kind of like decrease the ego and realize that it's okay to fail. Like, you're not gonna die, and also allow your soul to breathe, girl. Oh my goodness. I would not be here if I was perfect. What? you know, what kind of life would that be? I feel it would be, you know, I guess a nice one, but like very boring if you just knew everything. Like, why live anyway? You know, at this point, if you know everything, yeah, like, life is just gonna be boring. You're gonna want to just go away. Because, like, oh, okay, the only new thing to a person that knows everything, like a human that knows everything, is death. They're probably going to be like, oh, I've experienced everything that a human can experience, and I'm bored. So if you knew everything, like, you know, so I think I just had to kind of get off my high horse, realize that the expectations I was setting was not realistic for the time that I was giving myself. I was like, just give yourself some space. Oh my goodness, relax. You know? And I kind of, I started to realize that in my last year of high school. In year 13, when I was, I think 17, duh, because you turn 18, yeah. So in year 13, last year of high school, I was class of 22, and I feel like I started realizing like what I was doing in high school, because in year 13 everything kind of became a bit more real, because it was my last year of high school, and I was like thinking, oh my god, next year I'm like an adult, and what the fuck am I gonna do with my life? Because hey, let's keep it a buck, I was not planning on living that long. I was so adamant that 30th of August, 18th birthday 2022, I was gonna kick the bucket and descend into the ground, okay? Exit game, press escape. What, you know what I'm talking about. And I think I kind of used that as like comfort, you know, because I always felt like, you know, I was like, you know, I was treated badly, right? And I did go through some weird, bad, strange shit, but I kind of had like this thought of like, oh, I'll show these guys, you know? And it was more about wanting control of my life, you know? And I was a kid, so you don't have any fucking control over your life. Put being in the system, a kid in the system, on top of my own academic, you know, expectations, and being fat, bonk, having hormones, bonk, learning that you can KISS boys, bonk. Like, it just kind of laid, and you know, it's all swirling in this melting pot of developing and becoming a woman. Oh my gosh, woman. You know, some days I'm like, do I want to KO myself, or am I just on my period? And I'm not saying that like because I'm serious, like my hormones were crazy. That's a weird thing to say. But like I don't know. I took everything personally. I was the most sensitive, you know. I loved to beat myself up, you know. And I listen, I'm just being honest. Being sad is strangely comforting to me. Okay? And that's like a whole other video. But let's close that up. I've been, you know, kind of learning and unlearning different things that I tell myself, and it's actually been improving. You know, you really do create your own life, and you choose what to pay attention to. Excuse me. Oh, update. So I'm going next week into the doctor's, at least that's the plan, to get me some nicotine patches, because I've been smoking since I was 13. I'm 19 now. I've managed to cut back so much, into like once a week. Like, I share a cigarette with my sister. And honestly, that's great, because before I was fiending around, and I was also in like middle school. So why the fuck am I fiending around for tobacco? Why am I like trying to pluck tobacco off the carpet? What? So, yeah, I've also been cutting back on vaping because listen, the goal is to quit nicotine. Zero nada. Because, like, first of all, I only did it to be cool. Second of all, the cost, you know, I could buy some food. You know, I could fill my fridge with the $20 that I use for pods. And honestly, like, it's been pretty good. I'm not going to show it. Actually, yes, I am. So, like, this pod, it's my best friend bought this for me. It's lasted like a week, but I have another pod that still works. I change flavors. This one is newer, but that one's lasted for like 2 months. The other pod, because that's, you know, I try and distract myself from the nicotine. I think it's working, and I think that's great. But yeah, I'm gonna get some nicotine patches from the doctors. Not tomorrow, next week. But yeah, so I've been good. I've been thriving. Do you like my room? My mom, like, she was vacuuming and she said, "Why is there so much hair on your floor?" And I said, "I don't know." And honestly, it's so bad. So much hair falls out. I mean, it's not, I think it's just because it's gotten longer. And also this side is like easier to get knotty, because back in high school, more insane Annalyn lore, I dyed half of my hair blonde. I really loved Melanie Martinez. So I did that twice. 3 times, actually. So yeah, fun. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this video because I think Jeremiah is on his way home, and I jumped on my Mac to play Minecraft with him. But yeah, also, oh my goodness, forgot to mention, I don't know if it was today, but Minecraft is 15 years old. I'm kind of, oh, not birthday, release date. I searched up Minecraft birthday and it just came up with a bunch of decorations. Release date, 18th of November. Now, it's been 15 years. 15. Jesus. That's crazy. How old was I? I was like, it's 15 years old, and I'm 19. I was like 4 turning 5 when Minecraft came out. Sorry. The reason why the screen went darker is because my Google is dark mode. My bad. There you go. But yeah, so today is Minecraft's 15th anniversary, so a little bit of trivia for you. But yeah, I'll make another video later. Hopefully look a bit more presentable, because right now I just kind of crawled out of bed. But yeah, thanks for listening to my rambling, and good night.